You know that feeling when you meet someone that you like and you're attracted to, and sometimes it can be a little difficult to have real clear discernment because crushing on someone kind of clouds your judgment sometimes. So what can be the questions that you can ask yourself and really delve deep with yourself to help to avoid any heartbreak or years of drifting through something that neither of you are necessarily sure about? So number one is all about intentions. And this is all about knowing, whether they are looking for what you're looking for. And obviously you have to know what you're looking for in order to know that question. So if you are Christian and you are really hoping to have a God-honoring marriage and family life that's going to be centered around Christ, that is your goal. That's your intention. You know that you're looking for a life partner. So if you met someone who's just like, oh, I just want something casual, I don't want to settle down, then you know immediately that that's not the right person for you. So ask yourself, are they dating towards marriage, or are they just seeing how it feels? While you don't necessarily need the same timeline, you do need to be going in the same direction. And under this intentions bucket is going to be a lot of things that are going to overflow. So like values, are your values aligned? What was their family of origin like? What is their hopes and their dreams for a future family life? What are they building towards? And I think it really is an umbrella for being able to see someone's character and being able to understand if you're trying to head in the same direction. And I know this sounds really obvious, but I think it's amazing how quickly people can fall into relationships because there's a whole lot of biology going on, like the oxytocin, the dopamine, and you're just like, I really like this person. And before you know it, you can actually be in a serious relationship without having ever had a conversation about intentions, vision, values alignment, or anything like that. And sometimes I think if you don't ask yourself that, take a step back, it can be really easy to forget because every day feels really lovely, but you're not necessarily going in the right direction to the same place. Theme number 2 is lifestyle. Does their world align with mine? So, pay attention to how they spend their time, what they prioritize in their life, and how they treat their friendships, their family, their faith, their body. Because remember that love isn't lived in theory, it's lived on an average Tuesday afternoon. So knowing this person, knowing their lifestyle is a real, I suppose, entry point to understanding their interior world. And that's something that's going to be so important if you build a relationship and a life together. This is basically the perfect time to glean information that will help you understand and have insight into what a future together might look like. And then umbrella number 3 is emotional maturity. Can they have real conversations with you? Do you guys just talk about small talk, the shallow, the superficial, or can you go deep? Can you really speak to this person heart to heart? That's something really important. And a good way of seeing this is to ask something really meaningful and see how they respond. Or ask them, what they learned from a past relationship or what they're hoping for in a future relationship. Because this can be such an insightful way to find out what a relationship together might look like. But it's also a really insightful way to understand how they approach a question that's as personal and intimate as one about past relationships and how they handle that. Can they speak about the deep and meaningful? Can they speak about past situations, past relationships in respect and reverence to what was? Or does it bring up bad emotional baggage or anything like that? Like, it's a really good sign, I think, if someone can speak maturely, even about a situation that might have been a bit sour, because it just shows a heart of forgiveness, a heart of humility, and a heart of steadfastness. And that's what every girl wants, surely, and every man, I suppose. And remember that this isn't an opportunity to evaluate their past, because we all have a past, we all have trauma or baggage or memories or things that we bring into the future with us, but we should not be judged by that, because ultimately what you're trying to find out is if this person has emotional depth, and you're assessing their capacity for reflection and growth, because remember that we are looking for a partner, not a project. So while chemistry reveals that attraction, it's the questions that can actually show you if there's alignment, because deep down those kind of shared values will actually outlast the shared hobbies. And I think it's so important to remember that we're dating a person, not their potential. So just to wrap it up, to reiterate, it is number 1, are they looking for what I'm looking for? Number 2, does their world align with mine? And number 3, can they have real conversations? Because Even though this is just a whirlwind 3 questions, I think it's just helpful because it shows you, like, are you aligned on values? Can you actually have that companion love, which is that real love of friendship, that one that can deepen as you age, and the one where they will be your best friend because you can have those deeper meaningfuls with them. And lifestyle shows if you guys will be able to build a life comfortably together. Because as much as we like to romanticize things in our mind and think that, you know, every day will be dancing in the kitchen and kisses in the rain, life also throws at you incredibly mundane and boring and administrative days where you're still gonna need to love this person and to live a life and build a life together. So you want that lifestyle to also have alignment. And I think these are just good questions to take a breath, take a beat, especially if you're in the throes of that new crush, that new attraction, to just remember yourself and remember the desires that God has put on your heart. And if that is for marriage and family life, then that's nothing to hide away. You should openly talk about that and openly ask yourself if that is what the other person is desiring too. So I hope that has been helpful. And as always, please do leave a comment and let me know what you think. Maybe you have some questions that you think are more important to ask, and we would love to hear them. And don't forget to subscribe to Salt for more Christ-centered content around dating as we go on this journey to find our person. So as always, God bless, and I will speak to you in the next one. Bye.